stream is about to start. Grab your favorite drink. Sit back and relax. You're chilling with HexAsians. With your host, Crypto Vince, Uncle Kevin Hex, and Middle Class Working Man.
HexAsians? Nice.
Konnichiwa! Konnichiwa! Emotional damage! Give me sushi!
Namaste and welcome back to another episode of HexAsians. First of all, sorry for the delay. There were some fireworks going out on in the background, so I had to delay it a couple of times. I think it's someone's birthday in the neighborhood and they were celebrating, but that apart. I am hoping a few people will join us in chat while that is happening. Let me, or please, those who are listening in on replay, let me know in comments what you guys are drinking. For me, I wanted to drink this on stream, but I got delayed, and this stream is not sponsored by Te Puchuk Tharum, which is a Thai green tea or black tea, and it has you can say jasmine extract. So I think it is supposed to have some healing properties or aphrodisiac properties. I don't know. I'll find out later. There were lots of things to discuss. And by the way, I didn't do the live stream on our regular Monday mornings or evenings because Monday we were expecting the results of the SEC case to come out. Well, it wouldn't have made a sense, like, so I decided to delay it. And then again, we have the Tesla earning call today. So was listening or waiting for that to happen as well. But while that was occurring, a couple of sad news that occurred in the past week. Let me get that off the plate first because yeah, we can go to the like end the stream on a positive note. So if you aren't aware, we have the passing away of the current Pope, which is Pope Francis. I think it's a time of mourning for all Catholics, I guess, but he will always be remembered as the most stylish Pope. If you guys remember the AI. Why? What is happening? Yeah. They will always be remembered for the most stylish pope. But and you see, because uh, mm, he of the death of the pope, we also have a few memes that are circulating to bring a bit of peace. Like one thing is I'm not liking at all is everybody is not everybody, but a lot of troll accounts are blaming JD Vance, who visited the Pope, uh, and the meme is meets JD Vance, dies of cringe. Like, so that's one thing. And there is another like memes recirculate about the people hammer, or according to tradition, there is this golden hammer which so when the pope dies, they hit the pope's head with the hammer thrice to make sure that his head. Now the meme is whether it is to make sure that he is dead, or make sure that he is dead. But either way, that's too much. In other news, like there was another terrorist attack in India, in Kashmir to be specific. There was, I think, 28 deaths. Tourists were killed. Like at this point, I feel like I don't really blame them for doing this because yeah, the Indian military is not really like a good task force that has been happening in the Kashmir Valley. They like the atrocities of Indian army are not uh, forgivable either. So, but my like heart is in pain. Anyways, I guess that was the sad part of the stream. I've gotten over with it. Let's move on to the good side. If you haven't already seen, the everybody is talking about the SEC lawsuit now. Just a few hours ago, I guess, CoinDesk. Uh, let me bring that up. Let me bring that up. Oh, I see Emma joining in chat. Good evening to you as well, my friend. How are you doing? Yes. So SEC walks away from case against Hex found, founder Richard Hart. Attorney says dismissal marks the only case in crypto tossed in full by the federal judge. Uh, in a rare defeat of the US Securities Exchange Commission. Well, actually, it's not really that rare. There are it has lost a lot of cases against crypto. us, but still, mm, this form of defeat is kind of rare. The agency has formally dropped its fraud case against Richard Schuller, better known as Richard Hart, a founder of projects Hex, Pulse and Sex on 21 dismissed you know, the East District of, of New York that it would not amend its complaint, effectively bringing the case to a close. Again, so many ads, and they have shared the document. Uh, uh, like we already saw this coming, but at now we can rest assured that the SEC is not going to attack Richard again, even though like we were kind of sure. I at least had a very dark and feeling that they might again charge Richard with something else. Uh, my fear was that they will maybe link something with his tweets, like price manipulation using tweets. They did it with Elon. So that's why I never made that remark. I'm kind of superstitious when people like when you say something, it might just come true. So luckily now the victory is secured, uh, but still, like I think most of the crypto influencers are not trying to cover this incident. I think who was that? There is this female called Wendio. She like I think who's that? The Hexologist tweeted at her and she blocked him. I don't know what's happening there. At she did cover Hex and interview Richard a few years ago. Like she is again, all these influencers are paid to play, and Richard is not paying anyone to uh, promote Hex, Pulse Hex. I wish he did at least sponsor me, but yeah, crypto vending. So I no, I'm just kidding. What was I saying? Yeah, yeah, everything is pay to play. If they are just trying to gain followers, so I don't see much, many things change. Uh, but with SEC dismissal, we are already seeing like when the case was first dismissed, or SEC was given a chance to reapply. We already see a few doors open, like Hex got unbanned on Uniswap, even though like I don't think anybody uses Uniswap for Hex now. Uh, I think CowSwap is the better option, and even 1inch. But still, having the coin listed on Uniswap does help. Then there is currently a very big rumor circulating, which is the I'm trying to bring that up. Somebody posted the link that apparently the one of the wallets from Kraken Exchange were experimenting or using pulse chain. So there is a chance that pulse chain gets listed on Kraken, which would huge deal. I think Kraken is a European exchange, so that would open up uh, many countries uh, for Persian to be onboarded. Like even though how difficult is it to get on Persian? First of all, if you already have Ethereum, the bridge, yes, it does get kind of clogged up a lot of times, uh, es- especially when there is something like an protocol launch or a what to call it NFT launch. When there is like like large number of transactions, but still it does get through maximum like 12 hours, I guess, uh, is the is what I've heard people experience, but it clears up pretty quickly. And not to bridges are usually one of the most vulnerable part of the ecosystem. We have seen multiple bridges being hacked. One of the biggest hacks, around 600 million, was the Poly Network bridge. Uh, Luckily, those funds were returned, but all bridges, be it what was the BNB, Polygon, was the other one, Thor chain. Like, we have seen number of bridges being hacked, so it's okay if it is a bit slow, but as long as it's not getting hacked, it should be okay. Plus, uh, there there isn't really a need for people to be hurrying up their transactions, assuming you are holding an asset you want to hold in the long term. And by the long term, I mean at least three. Now we have changed the definitions of long term. I guess now long term is 6 months. But like, yeah, if you're plan, you don't need to your transaction to go through immediately. Then you can wait for the gas prices to come down. Yes, it's a bit of a problem when the wallets miscalculated the gas fees, which is a problem on when you are using MetaMask. But frankly, I think I've done more than 200 transactions, and I've only faced that issue 3 or 4 times, and all of those times were when gas fees were very volatile. So yeah, even using MetaMask is still safe, and yeah, it's just a bit irritating. But we do have other options. Internet Money Wallet, I think it does a better job, but still, I was in a space with the developer of Internet Money Wallet, KG, um, and even though I like I have tried it without you having just in view only mode. There is something I like. I feel weird using it. I can't put a finger on it, so I still stick to MetaMask. We had a option for Rabi, which I think it still works, but it doesn't allow, like, you have to manually add a pulse chain, but uh, their betrayal will not be forgiven. And I uninstalled Rabi wallet. I gave it a 1 star review, and we are back. And very likely, we discussed this on the previous live stream. There is a possibility of a rich heart wallet coming up, but let's say there are like that is not the bottleneck right now. We need people to be made aware that Hex and Persian have been, what's the term, acquitted, and like now we have literal proof that it's not a scam, and we need to encourage people to buy in. That's the only thing. Like actually, what is hindering the price? I guess it's people who are afraid of buying now. Should, like the even the prices are going up. Let me bring up the price chart. Let me see. Let me see. So this is the wrapped pulse or pulse price chart. Let me using log. It becomes almost a flat line because of the bringer band. So we keep that, and you can see prices are almost back to where they were in uh, like if you want to uh, consider the highs then in Feb, but uh, actually it's the price is back to where it was in September. So I guess like if you were providing liquidity in the past, I mean, September, October, November, December, so 6 7 months, your impermanent loss is kind of nullified. So that's a good thing. I would like to see us go back to the prices we had in December, which is where we might see a kind of what you call resistance again, which is around one, I guess, 3 zeros and a one. That is, I think, 0.1 cent or zero point 0, which I think it is the sacrifice price. I, yeah, I that yeah, that would be the sacrifice price, right? Then, so yeah, and what else do we have? Let's look at the hex price. Oh, we have Emma joining us. Hello, Emma. How are you?
Hello, Dheeraj. Good evening. Yeah. How are you feeling today? Are you feel happy of the SEC result?
Yes, very happy. I almost couldn't sleep last night because the price was rising. makes me happy. Uh,
Anyway,
Definitely,
I will let you talk about the price first, lah. Yeah, and explain about it. Yeah, I will just listen first until you finish. Yeah.
especially the EX price has been rising. There is another reason, even though on the monthly it still looks low, negative. Dailies have been uh, checked. Let me put this. So we have the Bollinger Bands are expanding, and the price has broken out of it. 90 is positive, and even above the lines are up, even up, yeah, like the blue line is above the mid line, so looking very bullish. Uh, and we, we go to the TX chart. I guess it is similar. It hasn't broken out yet, but out the Bollinger Band is yet, but it is still kind of looking bullish. So yeah, everything is bullish. Sorry, it's a background noise. I will mute myself for a little while.
Okay. Okay. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I I hope those were the last few. Uh, can you hear the fireworks?
No, I can't hear it. Yeah. Seems that they
Oh,
are going a bit crazy and overboard with the fireworks. Yeah.
uh, no, I don't know why the fireworks are there. On the I
Maybe they are celebrating the Pope death.
don't know, like I it may be a wedding ceremony, and the
Mm.
thing is, I saw like a what do you call it, a wake or the open casket kind of thing a little away from our neighborhood. I don't know whether it's a tradition to burst fireworks, uh, but if you are aware, there is a military exercise going on with the US and the Philippines. So I don't even know if they were fireworks, but I'm pretty sure that they are. But yeah, it could be bullets. You never know. So how are things in Singapore?
I think things in Singapore are quite fine. I think we are in Singapore. I think we are having an election soon. Yeah. So I think it's people are having a bit of an election fever as usual. Yeah. But for me, I guess about election, I am not that really. I will vote as it is my citizen right to vote, but I'm quite not so interested or quite how should you say the word is like quite apathetic about it. Like yeah, go ahead vote, but
Yeah,
you keep saying that your vote matters and everything. Yeah, it matters, but then in the end, you know, what is in the end is all just empty promises or partly fulfilled promises by politicians as well. Yeah.
yeah. in India, like vote for the party you have the most connections with. Best that will help you navigate the rate take the best. Here in the Philippines also we have our elections coming up. That is why our uh, past president Rodrigo Duterte has been arrested by the
Yes. Yeah.
international court. Yeah,
He's not even in
I-
Philippines anymore, if I'm not quite wrong. He's in Netherlands at the Hague Court or something. Yeah.
yeah. So that's so one thing. I think there was some update regarding the case. I think the Duterte lawyers were asking for identifications of the victims, and they were denied, or was it vice versa? Because uh, like I've lost track of the case. It's just a case of US meddling with the elections
Yeah.
because if
I mean,
uh,
if you, I mean,
Duterte,
like I said before in the previous episode, like, bring one of the episode, like, Duterte will be in the head court in Netherlands, and he will be there for maybe 3, 4, 5 years, and everything has passed over. Then they will bring up the case, and when they bring up the case, there'll be a wave of negative publicity for him and everything, and that is the only thing that people will remember about him. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, like, so that's but you know what's the funniest part about the elections right now? There are local candidates. They have like we have this trikes, like motorcycle with a
Tricycle, they call it
attached car.
tricycle. Yeah.
Trikes, yeah. So they they have Bluetooth speakers, and every candidate has their song, and which is like a parody of other song, and there is one of the Apache song, APT by
Oh my.
this black and one of Mary Had a Little Lamb, and it's funny, and kids dance along with it. It's really funny on the streets sometimes.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, if you've
anyways,
been in the Philippines for so long, and as I have a Filipino wife and my in-laws are Filipino, you know that Philippines love singing. They love
yes,
singing. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I know. Uh, You know, what do you mean Filipinos love singing? It is a stereotype. You are being racist.
I'm not being racist. In my workplace,
You
when
know,
I know.
uh, I brought that up because I had a banter on X, and I already admitted I am a racist. I am anti-Semitic, because I crack jokes, anti-Semitic jokes. But when you point out that, hey, people are unknowingly, maybe we have to give them that the doubt that, yeah, they are using slurs against Indians and other people as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Then it is, no, I wasn't aware of it, but you crack a racist joke. You are a racist. You are a hypocrite. So that was kind of plaguing my mind for a little while, but I just move around. I how do I respond? I crack more racist jokes.
Yeah. I,
The latest one,
which one?
like it's not my joke. It was by a uh, Hong Kong comedian. I couldn't find his joke, but hey, if you are okay with taking other people's land, then why can't you take a joke? So that's the thing. Like either be like more than free speech. I am okay. Like people being openly racist is better than them being having a hidden agenda. Like
Mm,
at least we can, if you know how they are, you can stay away from them
mm,
uh, rather than like following along.
yeah.
But
I
that's
mean, what you do is okay. I mean, like for me in my workplace, sometimes I do crack some jokes or comments. Can be sarcastic, and the joke can be a bit, like those racist or stereotype kind of jokes,
oh,
sexist or whatever. Like
no,
like for me, if I make a comment about another person's race, right, I will also make a comment about my race because I will I will say the fact that I dare make comments or jokes about your race because I dare make racist comments about my own race. Yeah. And sometimes I will
let's
make
see.
some sexist jokes or something or whatever. I will just, even it can be a bit like some homophobic or gay jokes. I will
uh,
just whack everything
see.
out. Everything. Yeah.
Look, it's like it depends on the audience, right? Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It depends on the audience, lah. Yeah.
if you are like it's different when you curse at your friend versus when you curse at a strangers,
Yeah.
like if you can call your friend sob or a piece of shit, it's okay, he will call you the same thing back, and
Mm.
it's even. But when it comes to strangers, then you aren't supposed to do that.
Yeah.
So
But for
it's kind
me,
of that way. Like uh, people, when people know you like for a long time, then you probably get away with a few
mm, mm, mm.
remarks. But hey, I went a bit haywire, but hey, I have to get it off my chest.
Yeah, it's
This
okay.
is the part of the stream where like yeah, part of the personal blog part of the stream.
Yeah, it's
Um,
okay.
what else is good on? Yeah, you get back to crypto.
Yeah, I
What?
think I think for the I think I think right now for the Hex committee with the SEC, and I think uh, I mean I would just like to say my opinions. I think it's quite a good news that Hex has won the SEC because SEC just walked out and refused to pursue the matter. So it's a win for us, I would guess. Yeah. But I guess now I think will be the part where, like what you said, we have to be kept on our toes because you never know when they may throw another lawsuit based on whatever Richard has said or tweet and everything. Yeah. And I'm also would like to, I guess not only me but the community would like to maybe once, see more um, action or replies from Richard Hart, as this case is typically that we won. Yeah. Is it official that we have won or something? I mean, is it legally officially? Yeah.
Yes, I just like previously I shared the SEC document,
Mm-hmm.
the filing they had sent that they are not
Yeah.
going to produce. So that is officially over. The other two cases, Interpol uh, for tax evasion and beating up a 16-year-old,
Mm-hmm.
those cases are on Richard Hart personal, so they don't affect the what you call the legal status of Hex Pulse Hex. So
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
he will like go through with them as well, probably. Like yeah, definitely has better tax attorneys who will prove that his tax filings were correct. He was one of the top taxpayers in Finland, and
Mm-hmm.
so he's going to crack that case as well. As far as the battery charges are concerned, maybe he'll be slapped a fine, something, and that's the end. Uh, or maybe he'll be put in Finnish jail, I guess, if he's and they are supposed to be one of the best, like, prisons in the world. So,
True.
and
Yeah.
for and it, but more likely he will be given something like, what you call, community duty or social duty, like clean up the streets or something. So, yeah, that's a different thing, but it doesn't affect pulse chain.
Yeah.
And by
I
the
hope
way,
so.
if you guys weren't aware, there has been an update to the PulseX server. I think they made it a bit more efficient. So now we are on version 1.1.3. I don't know how the versioning works, but mm, there isn't any noticeable difference. But yeah, do if you had the uh, like use the latest server, or use the latest version of PulseX, and there is, I don't know whether you heard, there is this, what you call, proposal for an Ethereum upgrade by Vitalik, moving from the EVM to a risk free, which is like the normal in, like architecture for ARM and x86 chips. So it would, I don't know whether it will make Ethereum more efficient, but that's I don't think it will happen, but we might see similar changes on Pulse chain if
Mm,
it is required. I know the like, developers are working on the issues with gas fees. Like, yeah, sometimes they are a bit prohibitive, but still, like, they are still cheap when you consider in dollar terms. But like, those huge numbers still feel bad. And if pulse chain price rises, uh, I, back to even sack price, those fees will are going to hurt. So yeah, it's, they are working on it. The thing is, I heard somebody say, the problem is because like, Pulse chain is a copy of old Ethereum. It hasn't applied all the EIPs that
yeah, I heard
Ethereum
about
had.
that.
That that is a part, but all the EIPs on Ethereum were based or directed towards layer twos, and that is why mainly Ethereum gas fees are low. That people are using layer twos directly, and they reduce the, what you call, gas fees for transacting or recording and reading and writing data from Ethereum to layer twos. Uh, mm, mm, Pulse chain, as far as I know, there isn't a layer 2 for Pulse chain, so implementing those EIPs is not right now necessary or possible. But I think the developers are working on it, and uh, I've mentioned this, like, we will have another soft fork or upgrade to Ethereum it was supposed to happen this month, maybe next month. There were like they are they added a few more features to be upgraded, so that's why the delay. And I think once that is confirmed, then we will see, yeah, like first chain also get a few more upgrades, which will help us along. And by the way, I if you guys haven't heard, there is a proposal of a new layer 2 on Ethereum called FlexNet, which will use eHex as or hex on Ethereum as its gas fee.
What is it
It
called?
is
FlexNet?
FlexNet, uh, but
FLEX.
Flex, X Flex. uh, Wait a minute. But it is brought to you by the same people that brought you uh, the Gophers party. Uh, and what was the Maximus Dow and Perpetuals.
Oh,
So
is that team?
uh,
Yeah.
the same team. I am not really like confident about the team.
But I
So
thought you were.
I'm
I remember you told me you were invested in what Lucky, is it? Because Lucky is also perpetual under
yeah.
that
Look, I still do hold those tokens.
7 years, right? I
But
think it is for seven
yeah,
years.
lucky is for 7 years. But so like most of their protocols had some kind of a bug. So I'm not going to invest on it directly, or at least wait a few months to see how things are going. Wait and watch. Once it comes out, we will have more information. But
Yeah.
the thing is, so far, everything that was built on top of Hex has been kind of negative for the price of Hex. Maybe this time it is different, uh, but we have to wait and watch. Uh,
Is it how you spell it? Flexnet what FL or I will write to
FL,
take it.
wait,
F.
I have let me search it on our main source of information regarding where is it. I should, I'm searching for it on X. I don't. Just a sec. I'm trying to find it. Let me. Yes. Flexnet.tech. Uh, yeah, on 10,000,
Flexnet.
10,000 or no, 1,000 transactions per second. Hex network token become an owner like
Mm-hmm.
uh, wide blah blah. See, transaction throughput is not really that big of a deal. Like even with there are other chains that do much more, and like we need first users, then we can scale up the transaction throughput. There are other chains who do like 10,000 transactions per second, but blocks are empty because nobody uses them. Uh, if I don't know how the Hex network token will work. Will there be burning of fees, or will it be like I have to read through like so let's while we are at it, if it is okay, I will read it out like FlexNet
Sure,
is.
sure. Yeah, yeah, that would be good. Yeah, I mean, we can go through and give comments. Yeah.
FlexNet is L2 rollup built on top of conduit stack. I think it's the same as Optimism. So similar to all layer 2s on Ethereum. Like, and damn that there are a lot of L2s that have been built with slight changes in parameters, but all have the same problem. There is a single what we call sequencer. So basically, centralized. All those L2s are centralized. Uh, Maybe like so. We'll see uh, the use of wrapped hex as a native gas token, which enables FlexNet from day one to have cross-chain bridge, high performance block explorer, seamless on-ramps, powerful subgraph indexing, everything else that builders need for inventing the features and speculators need when betting on it. Like all these things are like basics of blockchain. If your blockchain doesn't have a cross-chain bridge or
Mm-hmm.
an explorer on ramp, we can excuse it if you have a good bridge. Yeah, subgraph indexing, which is like uh, for oracles and pricing and uh, like for whatever. Uh, yeah, what was it? Charting, like it, yeah, these are like required. So nothing new. Culture of innovation. We have seen the culture of innovation from the developers in the past. So we know Flex is the native token on FlexNet used for gas as a primary liquidity pair on FlexDex. Flex is backed 1:1 and redeemable for Hex on Ethereum. So there, uh, at least that way there isn't a confusion between EHEX, PHEX, and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it will. I don't know how that will work.
Mm-hmm. So,
Built on
so, so,
conduit. Yeah. So yeah.
so,
What was your
I
question?
mean, I guess with this, by creating this, they are hoping that the price of EHEX will slowly rise up by doing this. Yeah, I mean the value of EHEX, Ethereum Hex, but with a
Probably.
redeemable. Hmm. Uh,
We'll. I will comment on what I think about it like
okay.
a little while. But what else do they have to say? Why Hex? Because Hex already has a large holder base. So yeah, there already is. Yeah, there are users from which they can extract. Hex on Ethereum has proven resilience, uh, drastically undervalued. reduced X inflation by over 50%, setting up for explosive growth. Yeah, everybody like this is good for Hex in general. Like, but how does this protocol help with Hex price bonding FlexDex token liquidity with to Hex allows for amplified gains native to FlexNet assets. There are going to be a lot of other things incubator, so uh, program for personalized development and launch support. My god, vibrant Hex community, high performance, ownership opportunity, become a network owner through our fundraising rounds, earn sequencer fees, FlexDex earnings, and exposure to incubator project. Uh, what is this? What is this? I convert Hex to Flex. Uh, again, there is a pre-test net. There is what are they selling? NFTs.
Yeah, it seems that they're selling NFTs or
Uh,
something. I think if you scroll down, you can see a disclaimer all the way at the bottom, all the way down.
yeah. Uh, Poor team formation, initial funding secured. Pre-testnet phase, bridge development and testing, Dex Pro, FlexDex protocol design, quarter two, we'll see testnet development, explorer, and we will see mainnet by quarter three and 2025. But I suppose it will be more likely in 2026
Me
at
too.
least.
Yeah. Quite very
uh,
ambitious to make it quite short. Yeah.
Even though like yeah with AI coding and like, most of the things are like copy paste now for layer twos, but still it takes a lot of time testing. Uh, so yeah, I think you get to I think was the NFTs are for if you are a user like if you own those NFTs, then you will be able to run a sequencer, and sequencer is like a node which gives you you get paid fees like gas fees for running a node, even though mostly sequencer fees are much less than normal gas fees, but that's a different story. So overall, my thinking is, see, like there is this what you call theory regarding velocity of money. I'll stop sharing this. Like when the number of transactions occurring increases, like the value of the currency decreases. adding more transactions might actually be negative towards the hex price. Plus, uh, with like the price, if like it is the flex token is going to be the primary what to call it, liquidity pair on their exchange, and it is going to be 1:1 backed by hex. Then like what we are seeing with pulse, like it's going to be like liquidity locked with 1,000 other meme coins and shit coins, which will dump every time the price of the meme token increases. At least in the time that all the price is going up, that like making selling those tokens is not profitable. Like what we are seeing on Pulse Chain now, like most of the meme coin hype has died out, and most importantly, PDI is kind of dead. uh, Richard Hart tweeted, "Finally,
Yeah.
the cancer of PDI is dead." So
Yes, yes. Yeah, I saw, I saw. Yeah.
you know what I thought. Look, I may be a bit delulu or delusional, but I think I was the only kind of crypto or hex influencer to use the term cancer before Richard Hart did. So I have a feeling that Richard Hart does look or listen to these live streams, and I hope so. So yeah, that's one thing. But I think what happened is somebody minted a ton of PDI and like a huge amount, and then like they kind of exceeded some limit, because of which the maker protocol went into shutdown mode. So no more PDI can be minted. Now there are still enthusiasts of PDI who will consider it or say that it is a good thing, like no more PDI can be minted. So it's a fixed supply, but they forget that the supply is multiple billions. There is no amount of buyback and burn that will be able to make up for that exceeded supply, I guess. And but yeah, and I apparently some of the devs or internal teams were able to cash out the PDI and buy up their own protocol tokens, Atropa, and what was Bear, I think something like that. So those coins pumped PDI holders that are still hodling. Like I don't know where things are. Like it is still possible. Like in the world of crypto, nothing is impossible. I just
Yeah,
say it is highly unlikely
yeah,
that
it's true. Nothing is
PDI goes
impossible
to
in
a
the
dollar.
world of crypto. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you that nothing
And
is impossible in the world of crypto. But sometimes I guess these people, I do not know why they are like so into PDA. I mean, they know the price of PDA is, for the price, for them to think that the price will reach $1, I don't think is highly unlikely with the amount of supply that you told me, which is in the billions. Yeah, and and nobody's going to burn their supply because they are hoping that somebody else will burn and hoping the price will go up to $1. Yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
that's the fun part regarding burning supply. it's only good if other people's coins are burned, not
Yeah.
your own,
Uh, so in the end, PIDA
unless
is just going to be the Bitcoin of our chain, I guess.
uh, uh, yeah, like it's and like there are better meme coins that and than PIDA. So, but I think people are like overly invested. So
Yes, I
I
guess
not
that's
just
the word.
financially, uh, not just financially, but emotionally. Now they just want it. But and I kind of get it. I sometimes I feel that it is a part of with what we have seen with Hex, that people aren't willing to give up, and which is a good thing. So yes, good for them. Like if you want to hold on, hold on. But the liquidity is slowly diminishing, and yeah, you might be better off buying Pulse and Pulse X and Hex than PDI because
Yeah.
we are already seeing moves, and yeah, there is a lot as people are building things on Pulse chain, not like may not be but it constantly generates hype for the chain. And by the way, it is still ranked among the top 5 chains on Dex Screener, even though I don't agree with like their mechanism of ranking, but still we can always like be happy about it. That yeah, it's not based completely on total value locked or transactions. It's also involves some social media tweeting, I guess, post as well. So hmm, not the best measure, but still it's a legit chain. People see the only thing that people I guess care about is number go up at the end of the day. And once people start seeing green candles, they are going to migrate back into Pulse chain, and I hope so. Yeah,
Mm. True,
that's
true.
the
You have a,
like
yeah.
green candles are the best advertisement. And
Mm,
not to
yes.
mention, our postcards are also working. Guess by yeah.
Yeah. What you say is, I agree with what you say so far. That you know,
Hey,
yeah, technically what is it what I want to say. Yeah, but I mean, I think for right now, I think sometimes whenever you see people talk about PIDA in the live streams or everything, I think you can just I think for me, I will just not listen to anything about PIDA anymore. For me, it's die already. Yeah. The die has been cast.
yeah,
Has been minted. So but of course there will still be people who who are very hopeful. And well, I mean, if it went up, it went up. If it doesn't went up, then okay lah. It's good for them if it went up. Yeah, it will also bring the price of all the other, bad liquidity will also been went up also. But I mean, yeah, it's dead really. And
hey,
also, so what? Yeah, and
sorry.
again.
We are at the 1 hour mark. I guess I'm already out of topics to discuss.
Mm.
You continue, and that will end the stream on your
Oh,
remarks, I
oh,
guess.
oh, well, I guess I will just make a closing remark since we are reaching the end before you make. Yeah. So I guess for my closing remark is that, with the SEC leaving the case, I guess we should just observe uh, about what is the movement for Hex and for the news, and how is it for the next maybe 1 or 2 weeks, because anything may happen. Yeah, and like I said, I just do hope that things will go well for all the Hexicans, and Hexicans. Yeah, I mean everyone. Yeah, no matter how there are some bad actors or this kind of thing. I mean, just ignore them. But it's just the common people like you and me and everything who are just trying, hoping to make a extra tiny bit of yield in life. Yeah.
Yeah, and I would say that we have we have seen that 2 months of losses have recovered in less than 3 weeks, and that's how fast things move. I still have a kind of a doubt that we might see another dip, or like a bull trap before going to new all-time highs, which I think my original proposal was mid-May,
Yes,
uh,
yes, correct. Yeah,
and
watching.
I will stick to it, um, because there is like there is a saying called sell in May and go away. We
Mm,
usually see a pump and a dip in May, but don't get shaken out. I still believe Bitcoin will go to $236,000 this bull cycle, and yeah, because of its previous history of 7x of from the previous all-time highs, or rather 3x from its previous all-time highs,
mm.
and we will likely, if that happens, uh, Pulse chain would do an at least 15x. Uh, Seeing a 10,000x, I am not ruling it out, because things are in crypto are crazy that way.
Mm, mm.
Anyways, that's my only message. Don't get shaken out. If you have what you call it, dry powder or liquid tokens, you might want to like to seek buy the dip, right? Or it's easier to buy tokens and convince people to buy tokens when prices are going up, and we
Yes.
are so that's that's it. That's about it from my end. I will hopefully be able to do a live stream on our usual timing, which is Monday morning 9 a.m. for Eastern time, and 9 p.m. for Asia Pacific time. We'll see
It's
you
okay,
guys
Raj.
next
You are
week.
the one who will set a tempo and everything. Yeah, for me, I will just when you were logging, I will just listen. If I'm free, I will join you or something. If I'm not work, yeah. Mm-mm. You're the
Yeah,
one right now who will set a tempo for the channel. Yeah,
thank you, and once again, thank you for joining.
yeah.
Makes me make sure my thoughts are coherent.
Yeah, it's okay. I
uh,
am the tiny voice in your back of your head who's listening to you. Yeah.
yeah. Thanks once again. We'll see you guys next week.
Thank you.